First of all, I'd like to thank the economy for this alcoholic beverage I'm consuming. I'm joking. I would like to thank $2.80 or something like that. I don't know how much they are. But anyways, y'all know me. I'm not a new kid on the block to this YouTube bullshit. I've never had any real drama other than a few commenters that have said things about me in the past, and this is in the past. Like when I used to do my videos on a fucking webcam. Webcam days. Can you fucking come at me for that, please? If you go back and look through my videos just a few years ago, and even like this year, I've done maybe like one or two between 2018 and 2019 on a webcam, so I haven't completely given up on webcams. And webcams aren't horrible if you're just doing a sitting and talking video. What made webcams so horrible back then, and even now, is if you're trying to do like a major fucking video. You can't have a computer sitting there doing your videoing for you. You have to have something that picks up movement really well, and something that picks up, sound really well. And webcams, unfortunately, don't, but that's not what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that, here's something I never talked about, dating. And not my dating stories personally, just my opinion of, why dating is so difficult nowadays, and what the fuck is going on nowadays with dating. And these things may only apply to straight people. I don't know, because I'm straight, I'm not gay. But here's some things I've noticed. People seem very nonchalant about dating, but not only dating, but cheating. A lot of people seem to think that because they've been cheated on, it's okay to cheat. And that everyone's just going to accept it and forgive them, and they're going to be in a relationship, even though all they fucking do is cheat, and they fuck people on the side more than they fuck their actual partner. And it's just a thing nowadays, where it's like, okay. It's almost as if some people, when they date somebody, there's a clause in the relationship pact that they take. An oath, dare I say, a vow, dare I say, that says, y'all know this motherfucker gonna cheat, right? He gonna cheat on you. You just accepting it. And, I was watching an old Ralphie May special last night, where he was talking about, I think, Kobe Bryant's wife having a $4 million ring, and that's why she would overlook his cheating, and that if a woman was with a guy, or a guy was with a girl, and they bought them something for, $4 million, that they would overlook cheating. A lot of people that may apply to. And it may apply to people for different reasons. It may mean that they love somebody, and it may have nothing to do with the ring, and they may be willing to forgive them. Small percentage, 0.02% of people that would apply to. But, in my case, it doesn't apply that way, because if you cheat on me, regardless of how much money you make, regardless of what position I'm in life, because there are people that would hang on to somebody like that because they've been with them for so long, they have no skills, they have nowhere to go, they have no life outside of their relationship, and they know they're taken care of. And the person can afford to, treat whatever disease the person catches from the person they're cheating on them with. And they're okay with it. I'm not okay with it. If you cheat on me, go ahead, be with that person instead, because you clearly don't fucking love me or think of me at all. Because I'm the kind of person that, yes, I've had hoe phases. I've had times where I've been a straight skank and just slept with somebody because, or just because I found them attractive, or they found me attractive, or whatever. Or we both just happened to be in the realm of possibility, and boom, genitals meet. But if I'm dating someone, and I'm serious about them, and I have feelings for them, and I care about them, and I fucking love them, and I'm in love with them, if they cheat on me, I know right there that they don't put as much priority on me as I have on them. And I go from being hurt to being mad and over them very quickly. If they lie to me, it bothers me, but if you cheat on me, that's the ultimate no-no, that's the ultimate end of relationship. If I see you flirting with other women, I will confront you with it. It's not because I'm jealous, but it's because I believe in honesty, and I believe that if there's something in the back of my head that's bothering me, I should fucking talk to you about it. I know there's people that believe some things are better left unsaid. Fuck that. I'ma say it. Because if it goes unsaid, no one pays attention to it, and it keeps getting worse and worse. So flirting turns into talking. Seriously talking. Talking turns into kissing. Kissing turns into hugging. Hugging turns into dry humping. And dry humping turns into actual fucking sex. So, you can tell me that I'm wrong, or that I'm a jealous bitch, or whatever. No, I just believe that people are imperfect creatures, and that flirting can be more than that, if it's left unfucking addressed. It's kind of like, flirting is kind of like, okay, let's imagine that a relationship is a pair of pants, and there's a tear along the inseam. Where the pants go together, where your cooch meets your ass. There's a little tear there, and you think, I can wear these. Ain't a big deal. The tear keeps getting bigger every time you take them off and put them back on. You see the hole getting bigger and bigger, and the fabric coming off worse and worse, and you just keep snipping the fabric away. The little frayed strings away that, are meant to hold it together but are ripping apart. And you start to notice the holes getting bigger. But you're like, you know what? It's gonna be fine. These are good jeans. I paid a lot for these. These will be fine. And you just keep ignoring it until one day you bend over and your whole ass hangs the fuck out. And that happens to be laundry day, so you ain't got no drawers on. Everyone can see your ass. Everyone can see your puta, fucking vagina. Everyone can see your dick if you have a dick. And you just got in trouble for indecent exposure in public because you refused to address a little tiny hole when it was a little tiny hole. And that's what it is. The flirting is the little tiny hole. And pretty soon it turns into people having sex. And if you're willing to flirt with someone right in front of me, you don't have very much respect for me. I've had people accuse me of flirting when all I did was say my name to somebody and introduce myself to someone because I was not a very open person at the time. And I said, hey, my name's Jess, what's your name? And this was on a Facebook comment section, okay? This was like years ago. And the person that was friends with my brother, kind of friends with me, but I don't really like him because of certain things he said, accused me of flirting with someone because I was actually upfront and introduced myself. I approach every person differently based on the vibe I get off of them. And if I'm more open with one person than another, it may be because I know them better. It may be because I think that they have a more, open, welcoming energy than this person. It may be because I'm curious about them. That doesn't mean I'm into them or attracted to them. Because I will tell you right now, the only picture I saw of this individual was this fucking big. This little tiny fucking little icon that you get on Facebook. And, that. And then their name. And I don't even remember their fucking name. I never talked to the person after that. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying that just because somebody talks to somebody in front of me that's the opposite sex, that they're flirting. I'm never going to think that. But if you compliment a woman right in front of me and I'm in a relationship with you, and I see you actively looking at her tits and her ass, I will look right at you. I may wait till she leaves. I may not. I will say, are you seriously staring at her tits and her fucking ass right in front of me right now? I will humiliate you. As a man, you've been left to do this your whole fucking life by other women you've been in a relationship with, my guess is. And I won't. Okay? Don't do it. And your best bet is not to do it, no matter where you're at, because a bitch got a way of finding out. I can see your conscience through your fucking eyeballs, and I know if you're guilty of something or not, bud. And if you don't want to hang out with me very much, I'm gonna know you're hiding something because you know I'm going to see it in your eyeballs. I have this, intuition about people. And I know I sound full of shit, and some of you guys are watching this video going, Jess, are you losing it? Hold up 2 hands if you're being held hostage. But no, I'm just kind of venting about my opinions on, cheating and side people and all this. Also, if you're in a relationship, and every relationship you get into, you have to have a side person, whether it's a man or a woman or whatever, I suggest you stay single, because you don't really love somebody. You want to be with multiple people. Just call yourself what you are. I would have normally said you're a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit if you cheat on someone and have a side person, a side hoe or a side bro or whatever you want to fucking call it. But if you stay single and refer to yourself as polyamorous, I think that's the right word, or it's poly something where there's more than one person. It's either polyamory or Something like that. Either way, know yourself when it comes to dating. And make sure you know the other person before you say, okay, I want to date you. Don't, like, go out with them twice and be like, okay, you seem cool and you're kind of cute, so I'm going to date you, because you don't really fucking know them. And I would say get to know their friends, but you can't even rely on that anymore, because their friends could be completely opposite people as them. Their friends could have completely different, like, they could be loosely friends, and that'd be the friend that you decide to see what they're like based on that friend. And you'd be wrong. It's the one friend they have that's, like, different than them, and you're like, okay, they seem close because I saw them together once, and I'm gonna see if he's, like, his friend. Billy over here. So, you know, you can't even do that anymore. You have to actually get to know the person. My advice also to people who are meeting somebody for the first time online, do it in a public fucking place. Do it during daylight hours. Do it in a place where there's fucking cameras, and make sure that you have someone with you that you trust. Make sure that they are somewhere nearby, either at a table a few seats back, if you're in a restaurant, or they're sitting outside in the car looking through the window if you're at a bar. Somewhere where they can see you, and they can see if something happens and goes wrong, and they can get you the fuck out of there. Or they can at least call the fucking cops if something happens. Like, if they see someone put something in your drink, and then they see the person, like, trying to get you to come out the door and go to their car, they can call the cops and try and, you know, at least intervene a little bit. Because there are people out there who genuinely want to get to know you. They genuinely want a relationship also, but sadly, because there are so many twisted fucking people, and twisted people learn to play the system because that's exactly what they are seeking out to do, they have the upper hand because they're so used to preying on unsuspecting people. I will give you some advice that you should already know. If you go to the bathroom and leave your drink at the table, like if you're somewhere like a restaurant and you have to leave your drink there, don't drink it when you get back. Actually, it would be really funny if you look at your date and say, can you try that? I was thinking about it, and I was in the bathroom thinking about it, and it tastes kind of funny, so can you take a drink of this and tell me if you think this lemonade tastes funny or something? Like, it don't taste normal or whatever. And if they refuse to drink it, then you know right then and there. If you have to go to the bathroom, make sure you try and, like, drink as much of your drink as possible so there's not much left of it. So if they try to put something in the drink, you can kind of almost see it dissolving or whatever. If you're in somebody's house, which it's very dumb to do this the first time you meet them, and they hand you a drink that's not a sealed beverage, like a sealed can or a sealed bottle, now there are ways to get around it. Like if you open a sealed can and it doesn't go, there's probably a needle hole somewhere, and they probably injected something into it. And I know you're thinking, oh, but Billy Joe's a farmer, and he don't have any needles in his house. You don't know that. You just don't know. Just be very wary of things like that. Or food that they give you. Or anything. It sucks. Or if somebody says, hey, you want to smoke this joint with me? And they've never brought up weed any other time you've talked to them. It may be a sign that they're trying to drug you by getting you to smoke weed and lacing it with something. I never smoked weed, but and that's one of the reasons, because I just don't trust people. And I know you've barely been able to see me this whole time, but I don't know how to, this is too much of my chin. This cuts off my double chin right away. Like, I could be nothing from the fuck. Like, I could be thin and shit, and you wouldn't even know it. I don't know, dating is very frustrating. But as I was saying, if you're polyamorous and every time you try and date one person you end up having urges to be with more than one person, you should just not date people. You should be like, I'm polyamorous, but I'm staying single so I can be with as many people as I want, and it doesn't have to be romantic. Because believe it or not, people tend to get feelings from someone if they get a sexual attachment to them. This is going to sound very dumb and very unoriginal, but if you have sex with somebody and it's really good sex and they're doing everything that they can to satisfy you, you're going to think that they've made you a priority, and that the reason they've made you a priority is because they care about you and they like you. And some of us, I'm not polyamorous, I'm just saying some of us don't need to care about someone to give during an intimate setting, like when you're having sex or something. Some of us just do, or some of us are just better at it, so it seems like we are. And then people get the wrong idea. They get hung up on said individual, and they're like, hey, I want to date you. And there's been times in my life where that's been a thing. It's been okay. It's been a relationship, and obviously it did last for some reason. Usually the guy cheats on me. Whatever. But, yeah. Or they'll think, oh, well, you like them because you're giving them priority. And what the fuck was that green flash? There was just a green flash while I was recording this. It, like, went green, and then it was gone. Yeah, I don't know. My house could be haunted. Because my mom's grandmother died, like, right there in that room. Like her bed was there because she was old and couldn't make it up these steps. That's my guess. I wasn't alive yet. But I'm gonna stop this video here because I think I've said everything that I needed to say, like, you know, with people being honest. Just be fucking honest with what you want from a relationship and what you want from another person. And then if somebody says something that they want and it's not what you want, be fucking honest with them. Don't be like, oh, okay, well, I might be able to make that work in your head. No. If it's not something you're comfortable with and you have a deep pitted fucking feeling in your stomach that you're not going to be okay doing it or being a part of it, don't fucking do it. Because you're fucking yourself over in the long run. Because you could be with that person for a year and then sit there and be like, this feeling hasn't gone away. Why hasn't it gone away? And you're miserable the whole time because all you can think about is this fucking feeling in the pit of your stomach. Also, they've done tests. Okay, I don't know how they tested this. But apparently they've tested, like, a gut feeling versus, like, anything else that your intuition tells you. And gut feelings are usually right. And in my life, I've been alive for 28 years. Gut feelings are usually fucking correct. I've had a lot of gut feelings about a lot of people in a lot of situations. And I listened to them. And then it turned out that person was, like, a druggie or a fucking disgusting human being. And I was right. I didn't know I was right, but there was something off. And I was safer because I listened to my gut. So, I don't know what all advice I bestowed upon the masses here in this video. I don't know who's going to see it. I don't know who it's going to reach. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you want me to talk about in my next video. And I'll try and get to it. Although, I'm not one of those people that does research on videos. Like, I don't sit there and research something before I talk about it. It has to be something that I feel like I can actually tell you from my experience. Like, if someone asked me about indoor anti-gravity chambers, I would not be able to give you an opinion on that because I've never done the shit. But having bad dating experiences and gut feelings that I have, those are things I know about. So I hope this video helped somebody out there realize something, or help them fix something maybe, or avoid someone that was going to hurt them. And I hope you have a great day, a wonderful life. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Share this if you feel someone needs to hear it. I am sorry that it's so long. I hope that the way I speak is entertaining and that you actually liked this video.